I read 30 something books in 2024, so let's rank them in order of my most hated to most beloved. So sit tight, grab a cup of tea, and let's get into it. In dead last is Crescent City 3 by Sarah J Maas. I think this is an abomination to the entire fantasy genre. I thought it was a terrible, terrible book. 1 star. Next is Spark of the Everflame. I gave this 2 stars. I think it's just the most generic romantasy crap I've ever read in my entire life. Not many redeeming qualities for me. It was just predictable to a T. Sometimes being a hater is quite satisfying, but let's move on to, you know, sunnier pastures. Next was Sable Peak by Devney Perry. I think this is the worst in her Eden's series. It was just lacking something for me. I'm gonna do my best to get this done in part 1. We'll see how we go. Next, The Breakup Pact. I thought this was fine. It's by no means bad, it's just not distinctive in any way. Blonde Identity. This is like a spy romance rom-com situation. It was fine for a Sunday afternoon read. No lasting impact. Thought it was quite average. Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Now this is not a bad book. It's just a bit fine. Like I haven't really thought about it since finishing it. It is good, but it's like, if I'm committing to read something, I don't want it to be just fine. I want to love it and I want it to last with me, and I just don't think this does. However, I still would recommend this to certain people who like historical fantasy, historical fiction type people. That sentence actually made no sense. A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This is my least favourite of her adult romance books, simply because the romance plotline is actually not that satisfying. Main character's plotline of finding herself after a breakup and finding happiness was far more satisfying for me. I just think this is a little bit messy. In saying that, I am excited for her 2025 release, and I will be reading that one. Play Along by Liz Tomforty. I have the same criticism for this book as I do for every other one of her books I've read, and that is it's too long. Cut it down. It feels long, and I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. Let's get to it faster. The Striker by Anna Huang. I enjoyed she wrote more of a sports romance. This is a romance between a soccer player and a ballerina. I really enjoy Anna's writing. I think she's very dependable and consistent. Just read so many romance books and it takes a lot for any to stand out from above the rest. It's also a smidge long. Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I'm very torn about how I feel about this book because I actually don't really recall much of it except that the point of views were a bit random in it. It was far smuttier than her previous books beforehand. I love Ali Hazelwood. I love her writing. This just was not my favourite. Daydream by Hannah Grace. It's actually my favourite Hannah Grace book I've read. I haven't read Icebreaker. I know I won't like it. If you comment that I will, I don't know if I believe you. I did enjoy this. I think it's just too long. Maybe that's just my own personal taste. I just can't be bothered being with characters that long anymore, but I also just don't think in a rom-com you need that many pages. So it was really cute, but I also have no doubt that the 2 main characters that fall in love will break up the moment they turn 26 and their frontal lobe develops. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I really enjoyed this. I love a pacey mystery book. I thought this was very intelligent, if not predictable, but the predictability of it didn't deter me from liking it. I guessed like one of the major twists, not the other, so that gets a big tick of approval from me. I did try to watch the TV show. I didn't like it that much, but this was a really good book. All the books prior to now, I've given basically around 3 stars, entering kind of more of a 3.5, 4 star territory now. I'm trying to talk really, really quickly to get through this. It's very stressful. The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I love a Christina Lauren rom-com. They are 2 women who know exactly the correct beats to hit in a rom-com to create a satisfying book within 300 pages. Some of their books I think are hits, some of them I think are misses. This is a hit. Perfect summer read. Garnet Flats by Devney Perry. I liked this so much more than I thought I would. It's actually one of my favourites in the Eden series. It's a second chance romance between a UFC fighter and a doctor. Doctor lives in a small town. He had a really bad history. Their first time in a relationship ended a bit badly, and he's come crawling back. It was good, I enjoyed it. The Blighted Stars, this is a sci-fi book. It's quite high concept, I really enjoyed it. This actually has a fair amount of yearning between the 2 main characters. It has a romance subplot, it's very much a subplot, but that subplot I think becomes quite substantial in later books, which I will read. If you know me, I'm terrible at reading sequels in the rest of a series. But I'm going to try to get to it in 2025. Rivals by Jilly Cooper. This is, of course, the book that the TV show has been adapted from. I am obsessed with the TV show. I absolutely love it. I could rewatch it a gazillion times. So then I read the book. The book is trashy, it's entertaining, it's fun, and the TV show is a really good adaptation, and I'm very happy I read the book because I find out what would happen next season in season 2. Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. This is a 2025 release. It comes out in February. I was so interested to read this book because it is quoted by V.E. Schwab, and it is comped to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, one of my favourite books. This is a YA fantasy following 2 immortal beings who are forced to fall in love in every timeline and end each other in each one. I enjoyed my time with it. I think the ending was a bit rushed. That's the only reason it's not placed a bit higher, because I really think this was great. I'm excited to read whatever the author does next. Business Casual by B.K. Borison. Loved this. I love Black Cat Golden Retriever vibes. This is a great small town romance book. Really has solidified B.K. Borison as an auto-read author for me. I also read another one of her books in 2024, which I'll talk about soon. Next is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I was so happy I loved this book because I had read a previous Abby Jimenez in the past, didn't like it, but Just for the Summer I think is an incredibly well executed romance. Really enjoy how these characters were facing realistic hurdles to form a relationship. None of this like billionaire nonsense. Just follow two grounded people doing their best to get through. That really resonated with me. Next, Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is solid YA fantasy. I can't believe I didn't read this earlier because it's quite old now. I think it came out in 2017. Beautiful writing, really engaging plot. I didn't read the sequel. I will though. I will. We're getting close to the end now, so these are books that I really truly enjoyed and highly recommend. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This is a non-fiction book that is perfect for if you are lost in your 20s and you don't know what you're doing. I buddy read this with a friend of mine. It was a really great experience. We also got to see Dolly Alderton speak earlier this year and she was very engaging and funny in person. I only have a few more books to talk about. I won't fit it into this video. It's gonna have to be a second. For my absolute top favourite reads of 2024, go watch that video.